Hi, afternoon everybody. I don't even know why I'm doing this because it's a day from hell, straight out of hell. It is so hot. I hate a wet upper lip and I'm perspiring all the time. And I'm not having the best days because I had a fight with people that was given a tender to clear this park across the road, and this was supposed to have been done this morning before the power cut at 12 o'clock, but I saved the guinea fowl, so I suppose it was all for a good cause. I had some bananas and I wanted to do something else because everybody always makes banana bread. Although banana bread is one of my favorites, and I really bake a mean banana bread. So I looked for some recipes with banana, and I ended up choosing a banana bread, but a banana chocolate chip bread, and it is off the internet. A recipe by I don't have my glasses on. Tigi Takahashi. So this is Tigi Takahashi, and it was updated the 1st of December 2022. So I'm going to make her banana chocolate chip bread, banana bread. Why I have chosen that one is because you'll also see my kitchen is really overcrowded with stuff. I've got stuff packed everywhere, but it used to be a working kitchen. So I've got ice cream machines standing, and I've got oven pans standing there, and I've got an old mixer standing there. That's a story to be told, but that mixer mixes a gluten mix, which is very difficult to mix with a normal mixer without burning the little machine out, the engine out. I was going to bake lots of Christmas cookies, and I bought my chocolate chips in bulk. And like I said, I'm going to empty out my pantry and my freezers, and that is why I chose a recipe that contains chocolate chips in them, so that I can use some of these chocolate chips. Dark chocolate is vegan, so that's why it is dark chocolate chips. And so let's get started. Okay, all the fans are going in now because it is so hot. Okay, I think all the dry ingredients are mixed together. All the wet ingredients are mixed together, I think, and my oven is on at 165 degrees Celsius. 2 cups all-purpose flour. Now I need another cup. And I told you that on that one video that cups and measuring spoons are something that I do use. I've got all my cups here already in use, and I need another full cup, and I'm on my favorite metal cup. So it is 2 cups all-purpose flour, and they don't say anything about sifting, so I'm not going to sift. I'm just going to put it in there. And I'm not using all-purpose flour, I'm using cake flour. It's just going to make it a little bit heavier, a little bit more dense, and less fluffy, and it's fine with me. Oh, and it's got a hole. And a teaspoon. It reminds me a lot of that little person, the dwarf, Amy's little kitchen. She started after the whole farm thing with what's her husband's name? Can't remember her husband's name. Well, when the whole farm thing actually blew up and she got married to somebody else, she started Amy's Little Kitchen. And I watched the recipe that she made. She actually cooks good old style farm food. And the last recipe she made, there were some ugly people in the comments because I'm actually being a little bit worse than what she is. But she's the same. She's it's well. I suppose she's got a proper cooking channel. I don't have a cooking channel. I'm just doing this on my channel that people can see what I do in my life. And one person in the comment section said, um, she should be ashamed of herself. The people were quite ugly and they said, well, she's been doing it for long enough, she should get her act together. So I don't have an act that I must get together. This is just me. And like I said, I don't run a cooking show. And this is one of the reasons I will never have a cooking show. Everybody said to me, why don't you start making food, vlog food, vlog food? That's why. As pedantic as I am, as unorganized I am also. Just one of those things. Okay, so a teaspoon is 5 mils. So it's asking for 5 mils of baking soda. 5 mils of baking soda in there. Okay, so I just think it's all the dry ingredients and all the wet ingredients. Baking powder. I don't know if people get that overseas. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Oh, I'm trying to read a recipe without my glasses. That's a bit of a chance that I'm taking, a bit of a disaster. I think I want a disaster to happen here. And I always fiddle with the recipe, people. I can never keep to a recipe and then I complain if it's a flop. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But we all know me by now. A teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon of salt. So what did I put in now? The flour, the baking powder, the baking soda, the salt. And then as I cook, then all of a sudden I want to start tidying up a drawer, or I want to repack a shelf. So just like my brain, I'm everywhere. Okay, dry ingredients there. I've already prepared my pan. I hope it's going to go into this pan. Fit into that pan. Normally I double my recipe, then I've got 2 pans. I normally gave 1 loaf away. This is now not going to happen today. Okay, then this is for the for the wet ingredients, which is the mashed bananas, 3 mashed very ripe bananas in there. Milk. This is soy milk. You know that I don't use real milk. A tablespoon, which is 15 mils. I do not know why they put just a tablespoon of milk in. It doesn't make much sense to me. I've got no idea what difference that will make. Okay, that's something in the recipe that doesn't make much sense to me. But I will put it in because it is her recipe. And the cinnamon. This is very strange that they put the cinnamon into the wet ingredients as well. I would have put the cinnamon with the dry ingredients. Okay. Not my recipe, not my style of cooking, but here we go. Cinnamon. 1 tablespoon, which is 5 mils of cinnamon. I can understand that the cinnamon goes well with the banana and the chocolate. That I can understand. The cinnamon is giving me some Christmas vibes here. Okay, stir bananas, milk, and cinnamon in another bowl. So I suppose I must stir it. Stir it with a spatula. Okay. Then my third bowl. I did a little bit of preparation, as you can see. Ever so slightly. Okay, so it's 2 large eggs. So what I did is, this is now how I'm messing with it. I'm now doing a duck egg and a a bantam egg. So it's a duck egg and a very small chicken egg. So there's going to be 4 egg yellows in, because as you know, the egg whites of the duck has got a different consistency to it. So now I'm messing with the recipe. So if this is a flop, then it is not Iggy Takahashi's fault. I will take full responsibility for that. Eggs are supposed to make it a little bit more fluffy. One of the reasons I'm baking is to get rid of my eggs, because I'm having eggs in abundance and I don't want to waste. And if you don't want to use the eggs, you can replace it with a vegan egg replacer. I make a killer banana bread also with egg replacer. But I think you all know by now that my eggs are 100% cruelty free. Okay, I'm supposed to beat the 1 cup of sugar, white sugar, which I already measured out. I actually wanted to use brown sugar because I thought the brown sugar will give it a more of a caramel toffee texture and taste. But then I thought to myself, rather I just use white sugar because the recipe is asking for white sugar. But I've already changed so many things here. This I thought was a brilliant buy, people. It's a little spatula, but in the form of a knife. So I can now get the softened butter. And this is obviously now not butter, which also will make a difference to the banana bread. It's not salted and it doesn't have enough fat in. It is vegan margarine, and very different from butter, as well as butter normally has got a little bit of salt in. But I'm not going to get too upset about that. And then I must cream this together, which I'm going to do now with the electric blender. Okay, I don't think it's going to become as fluffy and nice as you normally get with butter. And also my butter was a little bit too runny because of our extreme heat. And now you must add the eggs one by one. I'm going to throw them all in together in one go. Oh, I'm sure Shamel is getting a heart attack because she is a baker bar none. She bakes these 3-layer cakes that's this high, and she decorates them. So she is such a good baker, and to bake a cake for her that fancy is not a problem. Yeah, I'm now making a complete and total disaster of everything. So please forgive me, Chanel. And then I yanked my neck out of. I just hurt my neck. Yeah. Okay. So I've mixed that now together. Okay, now I must stir the banana mixture into this. Stir. This is going to make a difference if I'm not going to stir it. If I'm going to blend it with a mixer. I'm going to blend it with a mixer because I don't have any flour in it, so I cannot overbeat it. So I'm not going to stir it. I'm going to mix it. It's going to be. I think that's a good mix. Okay, now the flour must be mixed into this. I'm going to do it like that. Now I don't know if the flour is going to be enough because I fiddled with it. No, no, it's going to be fine. Don't really want to overmix it now because there's baking powder in. So the one thing I don't want to do is overmix it. I think the baking powder is not going to do its job. Okay. It's a little bit runny. I'm going to keep it like that. Okay, the chocolate chips. Now, they normally go and lie in the bottom of the pan. Okay, there I go. And it's supposed to be only 1 cup of chocolate chips. I'm doing 1.5 cups. So I am messing with the recipe. And I think my pan is going to be too small, but then we've got some other pans here. Okay. And that's it. And then we are going to pour it into the pan. Oh no, look at that. I thought my pan was, I always say to McDavid, because I can't measure. In Afrikaans, you say you skat. And I always have a bowl that's too small, always, like with that brown rice. Now that's typically me. I always start with a bowl that's too small because I always overcook. I always make things in too big a quantity. And then I've got dishes everywhere. And I always say to him, the day that I actually manage to do this, that means it's a good day, although this has been a disastrous day. And now you pop it into the oven for 70 minutes. No, this must go into the oven for 70 minutes. I'm just scared because it is a little bit high. So I'm going to put it on I'm going to just put it on a cookie sheet. So that if it does go over, it doesn't go over in my oven. Okay. 70 minutes. It is now 3:15. 3:15, 4:15. So I'm going to take it out at 4:30, just before you go home. Backwards and forwards. Now I can't even see because my eyes are like that. Okay, it looks clean. I have messed up some stuff previously with my my desire to fiddle with recipes, but this one I think is not going to be one of my messes. Oh, where's my rack? Oh, now for this. Do it the other way. This is what clumsy, like people clumsy. Now this should explain all the marks that I have here. There, here, all burning myself on the oven. I remember the first, the place where I go and buy my packaging, when I just started my business, and I went in there, and a very friendly lady, I can't remember her name, And she asked me, how is it going? I said, well, I'm learning. It's a learning curve. She said, "Yeah, I can see that because my arms were absolutely burned to shreds." It's such a good laugh. Well, in any case, I don't think this is a flop. I think this is actually a very big success. Banana chocolate chip recipe, a little bit revised. I always revise stuff. But this looks like it's going to be something delicious. Now I must hide it from my one cat, Chloe, because she will help herself to the bread. Thank you for watching, people. We will do a taste test maybe, and then just put that in tomorrow. Hi people, it's the next day. I had to exercise all the control I have not to cut the bread last night. I was thinking about my bread all the time. Our electricity is off again. And now it's time to cut the bread and have a taste. Let's see. Oi. Yes. My mouth is salivating. I don't want to share this with you like that. I just don't want to share this with you. And the chocolate chips melted perfectly. Perfectly. Just look at that.
And it smells good.
Okay. You can have the crust.
Wow. Delicious. What's the name of it?
Okay, let's see. What do they say? The proof is in the pudding. Interesting. Very chocolatey now. It takes a bit of the banana flavor away, I think. No?
There's more chocolate.
More chocolate there.
Chocolate, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have put the extra a cup of chocolate chips in. But it's delicious.